Hello, good day. You're welcome to this broadcast. Have you ever imagined why some business succeeded and others failed? If you must attract customers, followers, clients in your business, either online or offline, you must start from here. And today we'll be asking ourselves this question: who do I want to serve? It talks about your niche. Who do I want to serve? Talk about your niche. And I'll be teaching you in this short video, how do I discover my unique niche? How do I carve out my unique niche? Because the truth is, your niche is equal to your success in business. Your niche is equal to your success in business. So I'll be taking you through the steps in this video on how to discover your unique niche. If you have discovered a niche before and you're satisfied, just listen to this video, watch this video along, and you get other strategy which you can discover a niche nobody is fishing there, where you can make more profit. Because business is about two things: it's about satisfying needs and it's about what making profit. And any business you start, you must ensure you're doing the two: satisfying a need and making profit. If you're satisfying a need that you're not making profit, that means you're not in business. If you're making profit and you're not satisfying a need, that is calm. You're not also in business. So follow me closely. Who do I want to serve? And you need to ask yourself again, where can I find these people? But let's just now focus on who do I want to serve. First thing first, if you are into a knowledge business, you want to become a coach, a consultant, a trainer. If you are part of people that want to become a knowledge expert, you want people to listen to you, want to influence them in terms of their knowledge, in terms of them growing in a particular aspect of where you've grown. The answer to that question is typically who you were just like before you become an expert, before you became an expert. Just like me, when I started business, when I started from, let me just give this example so that we can understand clearly. When I started in 2016, 2017, I was creating posts on personal development, purpose, identity. People were all interested in it, but are they willing to pay? That's one thing. Because that's why I say most of the times our passion cannot be converted to profit. You must look at which edge that is facing the profit area, and you must focus in that area. Then I know I was good in teaching, I was good in training, but what I was training people are things they enjoyed, but they cannot always spend their money. So when I discover, okay, we're at the point where I can start making money from my knowledge, I start saying, okay, this is the point. And when I want to start teaching people, the same way I went back to what teaching people how to succeed in business, how to succeed online, the same way I'm teaching you this morning, and that was it. If I start succeeding in business. So when you are what? When you're starting a business, when you want to discover your unique niche, your first question you have to say, who do I want to serve? And the first answer to that question is typically those that were at the spot where you were before, those that your struggles, where you were struggling before, there are other people standing at that point waiting for who to bring them out. And guess what? You're just that person that can bring them out because you've been there before and you know what you did to come out from that stage in life, and definitely you know how to lead those people out from the place. Just imagine, let's look at the story in the Bible of Moses. Moses was in Egypt before, and when God was looking for somebody that could lead the Israelites out from Egypt, what did he do? He sent somebody that has been in the palace. He sent somebody that knows about the Israelites. He sent somebody that knows about the areas in Egypt. He sent him, go back and bring my people. Because also, apart from that, you will be wondering, why didn't he pick one of the Israelites already there? Because Moses has escaped out from Egypt to where he was before God took him back. So he knew the roots. He can lead people out. For those that are here in Egypt, they have not tried coming out, so they don't know the routes to come out. So Moses knew how to lead them out, and that's why God had to send them. So now we are talking about how do I discover my niche? And one of the ways is that you are at a spot where you are trying to learn something and you have succeeded in that thing. And there are so many people at that spot where they are trying to learn and they need people like you to take them out. So that is the first place to discover who you are called to serve. So as a leader in your niche, in your chosen niche, you are going to lead people in the path you've walked. I always say that you cannot lead people in the path where you have not walked before. You can only lead people in the path you've walked before. That's why I say the blind cannot lead the blind. It takes the man that sees to lead them out, or the man that you're blind that is not seeing to lead them out. So now, sometimes it can be really difficult to identify your niche, because when I was trying to when I even started, it was difficult to discover my niche. I'll also give an example of my story. I taught so many things when I left business, when I left identity, personal development. Though I didn't live it fully, But I left there and continued in other things like teaching people how to start their business, and discovered that people were not also willing to pay for it. Why? You discover before the end of this video why they were not willing to pay for it. So sometimes truly it can be difficult to identify exactly who are those you want to satisfy. If you look closely, you'll find that what most coaching business are based on 3 branches, and those are the 3 branches I'll be showing you this morning. If your niche, your expertise, your knowledge, your skills fall within these three areas, then you can pick one out from it. So now the 3 areas we'll be looking at is health, wealth, and relationship. Health, wealth, and relationship. If you've noticed, most coaching business are focused on these 3 areas. Is either they're talking about things on health, they're talking about things on wealth, they're talking about things on relationship. So if you have discovered that, oh, I have knowledge on health, I'm an health expert, I love advising people on this and this and that, yes, good, clap for yourself. You have truly identified a market, but that is not your niche. You've just succeeded in discover your area of specialization, which is a generalist. Because in this business of succeeding, that's why I asked at the beginning, what have you imagined why some business failed and others succeeded? It is because of this thing we are discussing today. So that is your market, it is not your niche. So if you discover, oh, I'm in wealth, I like teaching people how to make about real estate, I like sales, finance, investments, those are wealth. And they are e-commerce and becoming an entrepreneur, there are things like that, those are under wealth. But know that that is not your area of specialization, that is not your niche. That's your area of specialization, but that is not truly your niche. Then if you discover that you are into relationship, you like teaching people, giving people advice on how they can get married, on dating, on parenting, teens relationships, stuff like that, then that is also another market which you have knowledge about. But I will advise you, do not focus on that market. Why? You'll be knowing in the course of this video. Why not just to focus on oh, I've discovered health, let me focus on that. You don't need to focus there. I'll show you where you need to put your focus on. So now I'll ask you some questions. So my first question to you now is, which of these 3 matches your area? So health, wealth, and relationship. Which among these 3 matches your area of specialization? But don't dwell there, remember. So if you have successfully identified this area of specialization, we need to dig deep now. Let's dig a little deeper to know which exactly area is your niche. So now, wealth. If we're talking about wealth now, like I mentioned before, it can be real estate. But now, what in real estate do you want to focus on? Because real estate is vast. It can be property management, it can be selling of land, it can be, it's vast. It's vast. That's not my area, but I know that real estate is vast. Then it can also be investment. Which area of investment do you want to be talking about? You also need to go a little down, because now we're talking about wealth. You need to discover, okay, I love talking about investment. Which area of investments do you want to focus on? Then the next one is, it can be finance. You love talking about finance, but which area exactly do you want to focus on? These are all sub-market. Remember, the market is, we're talking about wealth, that is the market. Now this is the sub-market, which is real estate, investments, and in finance, what have you? There are so many. E-commerce, entrepreneurship, there are so many. So all you need to do, like I said in my last video, write it down. Start writing it. Write down which markets, write down which the sub-market I am mentioning, and mention yours if I have not mentioned yours here. So when we talk about health is vast. Health is a big market. So we now go to the sub-market. We have weight loss, we have strength training, we have nutrition, we have diet. So these are sub-market. This is not yet your niche. You can say, oh, diet, I love diet, but that is a sub-market. You need to also create a niche out from the sub-market. You need to create a niche out from that sub-market. So now if you're in a relationship, quickly, it can be parenting, it can be advice on dating, it can be marriage advice, everything about relationship. So all you need to do now, you've discovered what you want to do. The next step you need to do is list it out. This is the sub-market, but we are going to the last stage, which is what? Discovering your unique niche, how to carve out your unique niche that people will be able to pay for. Because the truth is that your niche is equal to the success you have in business. Your niche is equal to the success you have in business. And I'll be showing you one secret before I end this video. So follow to learn that secret. So now we narrow down now which of this area do you have more knowledge? Remember, it's all about knowledge. Do you have more knowledge on? Don't be tempted to be a generalist because say jack of all trade, master of none. Don't teach diet today. Tomorrow you teach nutrition. Next you teach on strength training. No, you are not a master of none. You make money more when you niche down, when you carve out a unique niche. People are able to identify you that this is what you are known for. That's why in medicine, you see, we have gynecologists, we have different aspects, we have pediatricians, we have when they just call for this, when you just bring a patient, they know where exactly to take that person to. That is what we are talking about. So now, these are the sub-markets, like I said. So look around people in your area of knowledge and see what they are selling. This is the next step to take. You don't just start business because you have enough knowledge. You don't just start business because you see there's need in the market. One, business is all about facts. It's all about research. It's all about finding. Because if you don't get your facts right, if you don't get your findings right, if you don't make enough research, if you don't carry out enough research, you might not be able to just grab the profit that is waiting for you. So now, find out, look around you, because there's no business you want to do that people have not been doing it. That's why you see Isaac Newton said, if I've gone far in life, it's because I stood on the shoulders of those that have gone ahead of me. Don't go without standing on the shoulders of those that have gone ahead. So that's why I say look around people in that your area of knowledge, in your area of specialization, who are those succeeding in that business, because it is important to know those that are succeeding in that business and see what they are selling. What are they selling that is making them to be profitable? What are they selling? When they all, if it's a coaching business, knowledge business, what exactly are they selling when they hold their webinars? What are they selling when you see their product online? It's important for you to discover it, make research before you jump into that business. So where do you fit in? So you have discovered who they are, who your competitors are. Where do you now fit in? Where do you now fit in? I told you I'll tell you a secret, so just follow me. What can you offer people that is different and special? If you are going into business, you don't go into business doing exactly what others are doing. You must offer them something that is different and that is unique, something that is special, something that they are willing to pay for. It can be an extra service. It can be a carved out service. Take note. It can be an extra service. It can be a carved out service from what has been existing before. So the next thing you need to know that your goal is to carve out a unique spot in the universe. Yeah, when they mention that name, that is just you showing up. For instance, when they mention social media manager, I just show up to take up that space. People know me that is what I do. So that is where you are going, a unique spot where even your competitor will be able to say, this person, go and meet her. He or she is doing that, because you are not dragging space with that competitor. You are only what? Complementing that competitor. So that is the secret. Don't compete. Complement. Don't compete, complement. So now your unique goal is to carve out your niche, and I've helped you to this stage to discover your market, health, wealth, or relationship. Then also discover your sub market, like what to mention. Then discover now your niche. So we move on, and your niche is one of the key to success in business. I encourage you to read the book Blue Ocean by Kim and Rennis. Kim and Rennis. Read that book, Blue Ocean. It talks about how to discover a niche that nobody has dived into. You just dive into that niche and you are just filling that space. You are making money. People are recommending you for that business. So create a new opportunity. One of the ways to see if you can actually make profit in that niche is that you are creating a new opportunity for people. You are creating a new opportunity for people to dive in. I'll use myself as an example. Like I said earlier, I was teaching on purpose. Teaching till today, that's one of my best topics, to teach on purpose, to teach on identity, how people can discover themselves, how people can discover their goals, how people can discover who they really want to be in life. Career counseling, I do that a lot. So when I was teaching that, I discovered that people were not willing to pay, but they were willing to learn. I went on to start teaching because I had so much knowledge about starting business also by reason of my career. I went on to teach people how to start business, but because I was competing with the big sharks and I don't have more experience and exposure in that aspect, I didn't succeed in it. Because like I said in my last video, people prefer to listen to those that have succeeded in a particular area and have social proofs. So you must look for an area you can succeed. So now what did I do? in 2019, at the end of 2019, I started learning how to really sell online. I attended so many programs online on how to sell online. And the truth, like I'm telling you, you look for those that have succeeded in a particular area and pay to learn in that particular area. That was exactly what I did in 2019. And 2020, first month, second month, I was still on a course learning how to really sell on social media. And in March 2020, the lockdown started. Because then I had an office where I go each day to work. But because there was lockdown, I could no more go out to sell. I could no more go out to my business. I started looking forward to, okay, what exactly do I do? And I remember the course I was learning online, and I turned the course to how to become a social media manager, because I discovered then that people were all sitting at home, people have goods and services to sell, yet they cannot sell it. And the only medium for selling then was online, buying and selling online. And I started teaching people how to do exactly that. And that was because there was no competitor in that area. As at then, even to now, we have just few competitors. As at then, many people started paying me to learn. Many people started paying me to teach them, and people were paying me to help them to manage their business. And that is what I continually do today, teaching people how to bring their business online, how to manage their business on social media, how to monetize their knowledge on social media, how to discover their unique niche. Because it took me time to discover my niche, and I know it might be difficult for you to also discover your niche. So if you want a private class or a one-on-one class, coaching section, I can also teach you how to discover this unique niche. Then you are free to send me a DM. So that was how exactly I discovered my niche. And you too can also discover your unique niche by by creating an opportunity, because then it was an opportunity for people to dive in, to continue to do their business without caring about the COVID-19 restricting them from going out. So everyone else in your market, everyone else is in the market of doing something, but all you just need to do, look at the area that has been left untapped. What area that has been left untapped? Because now people are now going out social media management business. People are sitting in churches, are sitting in social media management business, because now they have an experience of what happened in 2020 and they don't want to get caught up with that again. So you need to look for an area where people are still having issues, where people are still having problems, not just looking for an area where people have succeeded and jump into that area. It might be difficult for you to succeed selling in someone else's niche. So discover your own niche, and I'm here to help you to achieve that. So now we go on to the questions you need to ask yourself. Now find out who are your competitors and find out what they teach and how they do so. Find out what they teach. You are not going to teach what they are teaching. You are not going to sell what they are selling, but you must find out their strategy on how they teach it and how they do so. And a way of finding out how they do so is not just listening to maybe their free content, is by when they have a product to sell, pay to buy that product. You see how they organize their training, because I always say, if you've never paid for an online course, you can never make money online. Mark my words and go and make research about this. If you have never paid for an online course, if you have never bought an online course, nobody will ever pay you for an online course. Because if they pay you, you will find it difficult to translate this knowledge. Because why? When you buy an online course, you see the process through which the coach uses to teach you. It might be a one-on-one coaching. You see the medium through which he used. You see the app through which he used. Like when I attended the training I did, we used a special app. We didn't use Facebook Live. So I started learning, okay, these and these are what this coach uses. And I started making more inquiry on what I can use to also sell my own course. So if you have not paid for it, you might not be able to sell an online course, because it's difficult to understand which tool you use to sell this online course. So now you need to find out what your competitors sell, how they sell it. Then you will see where you fit in your own small niche. It can just be just a space. But one thing you need to do when you discover this space, don't just dive in. There are processes through which I use to find out how to discover my niche, how to start that social media business. And I won't hide it from you. One of that way is use BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo, BUZZSUMO. You have a 30 days trial. After that, you pay if you want to continually see what people are willing to pay for in your niche. You have Google, but Google, the truth is I hardly use Google to check for that. The best platform that has helped me to check for that is BuzzSumo.com, and there are others possibly with time. So go there, type in your niche and discover other questions. Because if you go to Google is a money-making platform. When you go there and ask them questions, they supply that question to platforms which will answer those questions for you, and they'll bring those questions as courses that you buy. And because you've asked those questions, you easily pay for it. So the same way, be smart. That's why I say business is all about making research. Don't go through the wrong route sessions, doing without making research. It's all about making research. Find out what people exactly, what are you doing, at what point people are exactly going to pay you for what you're doing, and dive into it before others dive into it and start making money from it. So now, the one statement I'll now tell you, that you must create a message that complements others. Like I said, other players in the market. Don't compete with them. Don't compete with them. And I'll mention it. I beg you, don't compete with them, because they are already experts, they are already gurus in that area. And like I told you, just imagine me dragging a space with Steve Harris. Steve Harris is one of my coaches that I've paid for his coaching course to learn so much. So just imagine me saying what Steve Harris is saying. How many people will agree to pay me for that? So you must discover them, but don't compete with them. Learn to complement them, because even them will what? We send people that are interested in your niche to come and buy from you, because they are not covering that area. That is the beauty of what I'm telling you about. Because when someone sees that you are competing with him, you become an immediate enemy to that person in business. But when someone sees that you are not selling what he or she is selling, he or she recommends you to that person. So focus on your focus and don't jump into another person's niche. So we continue. Another question you need to ask yourself is, will people be excited about my offer? Because I say carve out a new opportunity, but you need to be very specific. You need to narrow down. You need to make research. Will people exactly be what? Excited about this offer? Will they be excited about this offer? If they are not excited, then you don't need to go into that business, because I said at the beginning, business is about two things. It's about making profit and meeting people's needs. So if you are not making the two of them, you're not into business. So you must ask yourself before diving into that business, are people excited about this area? And I've told you what to do about that. Then the next question you ask yourself is, are you passionate about it? Because you cannot teach, you cannot communicate, you cannot sell what exactly you are not passionate about. So if you peradventure you are not passionate about it, you need to learn how to be passionate about it. Because like if you're thinking about how to become a coach, if you're thinking about how to become an online influencer or an influencer, first of all, you must be passionate about that which you want to teach, you want to coach, you want to consult for. So when you ask yourself, are people passionate about it? The next question you ask yourself is, are you passionate about it? The next question you now ask yourself is, are people passionate about it? Are people willing to make a change? And that's what where bossmore.com comes in, because they tell you, if they give you statistics, if people are really finding out that thing you want to go into. So if they are not interested, that means you should not be interested in it. So now you make inquiry. Two way, are you passionate? Then the other way, are they passionate about it? We are coming to the end of this life. The next thing you need to ask yourself is, are there experts who have succeeded around your area of niche? Are there experts who have succeeded? Because the truth is that no matter what you want to do, there are people who have succeeded in that area. You need to check, so that you will not be the person that is launching it, that want to be the first to start, and you won't, it takes you so much time, and I guess you don't have that time. There are people that have done so much great things, so much great work, so much great business. All you just need to do is step into those shoes they have laid, those trays on the floor they've laid, and walk on that path. You will succeed in it. So find out. Business is research. It's findings, it's fact. So make your research right. Then the next one in rounding up, will say, are people willing to pay? Are people willing to pay on that information? Are people willing to pay for that product? This is so much so important. It's not all about creating a digital product. I was listening to one of my coach last night, and he mentioned something. He said he does not create products, he creates wants. He finds out what people want and creates that want. So you ask yourself, are people willing to pay? Not just willing, are people able and are willing to pay? For instance, now I use myself as an example. When I started with purpose, with identity and so on, people were willing to listen. I got likes, I got comments, I go and teach for free. People were willing to listen, but people were not willing to pay for that service. They just thought it's something they should know, but not something they should pay for. So if you have a passion, if you have discovered a niche, where people are just willing to listen but are not willing to pay, that means you're not into business. You have to rediscover. Like someone would say, one of my mentors would say, that every business have a medium of collecting money. Every business have a medium of collecting money. And if your own business doesn't have a medium of collecting money, you are not into business. check it and think of how you can collect money, because that's the money that fund your lifestyle, that keep you existing and keep you passionate about that business. And where there's no money, the passion dies with time. So your your niche must be targeting people that are willing and are able to spend for your product. Take that. Your niche must be targeting those that are willing and they are able to pay for your product. That's when you're into business. Thank you very much. If you have a question, leave in the comments section. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, send me a DM. Yeah, I'll be taking you through on how to discover more on your unique niche. Thank you very much. I'm Sarah Adelaja. Keep being you and keep thinking of how you can get to the next stage of your business. Do have a wonderful day.